Welcome back to my film and TV channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. Please, if you are new to the channel, if you can push that subscribe button if you like what you see, and if you do like what you see, give us a thumbs up as well, please, guys. I try and inform and entertain. We have a movie review today, a brand new movie as I'm recording this on the 24th of March 2022. Be able to see this at your local cinemas worldwide. Just check your times, etc. And if you're watching it a bit later than that, obviously it may be on, who knows, it may be on DVD, it might be on second-hand sales by now, depends when you're watching it, of course. But if you're watching it fairly near to when I've done this, yeah, get to the cinema and watch it. It's one of these films you need to perhaps watch on the big screen, this one in theory, but I don't mind watching stuff on matchboxes, in all fairness. It doesn't bother me. I appreciate them, whatever it is. We're going to look at a film. Yes, what's the film, you ask? Yes, I can hear you. Bernard, get on with it. Right, Ambulance. We're going to look at Ambulance, a 15 certificate. 2 hours, 16 minutes. Yeah, okay, I can accept superhero films being over 2 hours. Not particularly action thriller films unless it's a really big one, and it's Michael Bay, so yeah, perhaps it is a really big one. Perhaps it'll be a little bit unfair, directed and produced by Michael Bay, of course. This one, 2 hours 16 minutes, and it is based on a 2005 Danish film which played a bit more for comedy, I believe. I've not actually seen it, of the same name by Laurits Munch Peterson and Lars Andreas Pedersen. So there you go, I've got them right. Got them names right, guys. My apologies for any pronunciation difficulties there. And the film stars the three main leads in this. There's lots of different backups as well. But Jake Gyllenhaal, Yahya Toure, was not spelt the same, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, and Isa Gonzalez, and follows two adoptive siblings. Yes, they are adoptive siblings. They're brothers. Yep. Bank robbers who hijack an ambulance occupied by a paramedic and a police officer in critical condition. No Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic stuff yet. It's very early days. They've not even put it out to do that yet. So as I've watched this, so Internet Movie Database, plenty of those about though. 6.7 out of 10. That's as at 9 p.m. on the 23rd of March 2022. Interesting enough, of those, there's a few 10s, there's a few 1s, I ignore those anyway. But we've got 1,321 who scored it between 6 and 9, and we've got 347 that just scored it between 2 and 5. So generally very, very positive. Not a bad rating, 6.7. That's 6.7, that sounds pretty good. Some of the just brief headline comments on Internet Movie Database by Joe Public, you and me, the people who watched it. Some of the negatives, not amazing, said someone. Nope, ridiculous storyline, said someone else. Mediocre leading actors, cliche upon cliche. I got bored. It doesn't help, perhaps, with 2 hours, 16 minutes. Someone else, I would have given it over 8 if it was wrapped up around the 90 minutes. I couldn't particularly argue with that one. I think that's a very good point. And you know me with times of films, it is one of my big bugbears with these things. There were positives, of course, where it's got 6.7 out of 10. There's bound to be positives. A strong film. It's just not an adrenaline rush. I did find parts of it. Yeah, I'm not a big, as you may know. If you don't know. If you don't know me, guys, but I'm not the biggest action fan. I like a good action film as long as there's a good story and plot to it. Did this have a good story and plot to it? We'll probably get onto that in a minute. But I thought some of the scenes were excellent and very action-packed, but perhaps too over the top to actually, as that guy said there, to just not give you that adrenaline rush. It was powerful, but quick and fast, and everything going fast and furious, to quote another movie sort of franchise that relies on this sort of thing. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was totally right, but I can understand where it's coming from. Someone else said it's edge of the seat, so there you go. Everyone's got a different opinion, of course. We have action-packed thriller, and someone else said a bit prolonged. Yeah, so we're coming back to that theme, aren't we? But still, Michael Bay's typical non-stop thriller. If you're a big Michael Bay fan, I don't think there's much wrong with this from that point of view. My thoughts, say for what they're worth, I say it's not my most popular films I like to watch. You know me, I do have a wide, eclectic mix of films I do. So I like a good bit of action, but mixed in with a good story. But yes, we do have a long film. And yes, there is plenty of action. I wouldn't say it ever really got boring as far as what was happening on the screen, as opposed to boring as far as being repetitive. I think that was the problem. because it all come a little bit samey in parts. Car chases are not my thing. I mean, the Fast and Furious franchise, I think I've watched one film in that because I just don't. I'm sure there's some good films within it, but I just can't be bothered with car chases that much. So I've sort of deliberately not watched many of them. And I might have missed out on something, guys. It might be my fault. And 10 or 15 minutes in a film of over 2 hours would probably suffice for me. That'd be enough. But you get far more than that in this. And there's a lot of not silly plots, silly ideas, but things you think, well, that wouldn't happen in real life. But hey, you just got to, sometimes with a film like this, action, Michael Bay, for instance, perhaps you have to just turn your brain off, take it down a gear or two and just enjoy it for what it is. Because there is some good stunts and good, great scenes that you can't, a certain superhero film, sometimes you can see the join in some of the action sequences. This is from what I could see, say, on a smallish screen. it was pretty good. It sort of linked together very, very well. But for me, switch this to about 80 minutes, 90 minutes, as that gentleman said before. I prefer 80 minutes probably. I would have possibly liked it more, and I think it would have been a tighter, more compact, non-stop action thriller. And it was pretty non-stop anyway. It was just relentless. That's a problem. Relentless, not particularly in a good way. And the other positive for me, if you watch my vlogs, I enjoy a lot of male actors, some great actors, but I do like a thing can be watchable for me if you've got a great performance from a female actor. And Eliza Gonzalez is superb in this, totally watchable. And just for me, made it possibly bearable watching just over 2 hours. But as I said, even watching Gonzalez was a little bit wearing on me up to about the 2 hour mark. I did get a little bit tired. For me, one scene soon forgotten. I wouldn't particularly go back and watch it again. If someone wanted to watch it, I might have it on and do something else while it was on in the background. But for me, it's just soon forgotten. There's nothing outstanding in this. It's basic A to Z stuff of action, all action thrillers, car chases, explosions, stunt helicopters, some helicopter piloting more like. I don't know if some of this was done for real or if it's done sort of green screen, but it looked impressive either way. So, but obviously, if you like that sort of thing, if you like that fast, furious sort of type of thing, you will probably find this more entertaining than I would. But as I say, I've seen a few reviews from people who do like action thrillers, but got a little bit bored with it as well. It's very silly, very unbelievable plot. So, as I said, either turn your brain off totally and just enjoy it, or just put your brain down a gear or two, and you'll probably enjoy it. And I did enjoy what I did enjoy the film. And I did say it wasn't a total disaster for me. What I did, it was a great start to the film. I enjoyed the start to it. I would have liked to have seen similar stories sort of adapt rather than what we got. But it was a great first 10 or 15 minute sequence introducing Gonzalez and various other characters. But then in came the routine action blast feature from then on, which wasn't for me quite as good. So I am going to give it my sit on the fence score, if you like, because I know some people will enjoy this. It wasn't really my cup of tea. I did like parts of it, but it's just too long for me to give it a 6 out of 10. So I'm going to just give it my sit on the fence 5.5 out of 10, which means that I enjoy it. It was okay to watch, but nothing special. And obviously, it's really up to you guys. If you like this sort of action film, you might get a lot out of it. For me, it didn't really push all the buttons apart from the lead lady that I've already mentioned. So 5.5 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you think anyway. Let me know what you think. As I say, if you watch it on the big screen, let me know. Does it blow you away? Does it send you out of the cinema with a headache? That's possibly one thing you can get after 2 hours, 16 minutes. All right. Not the credits off, probably 2 hours, 5 minutes, but still too long. But it's Michael Bay. That's what we expect. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I only ask one thing. If you don't until we meet again, please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.